Hello and welcome back. So in accordance with the new tradition, I'm going to start every video off now by mentioning the Discord. Mind you, I've got the Discord linked in my description. It is free for anyone to join. Nothing there is monetized. As you might have noticed when you clicked the video, there were no ads. And likewise in the Discord, there's nothing for sale or anything like that. It's a nice little Discord, with some beginner guide, some different stuff, investing guide, just some recommendations, mostly reading The Intelligent Investor, buying a SPY index, and not getting into individual stocks too much without the experience. But with that said, yes, feel free to hop in the Discord. Today is questionnaire day. So let's get to the questionnaire. Where is it? There we go, questions. So this question was not posted by him. It was posted by this guy, and he just copied it in for him because he didn't post it here. But it says, yo man, gaps. Is that something you could make a video about or talk about on questionnaire day? Or something, or somehow explained in a video? Why do they happen? Are there any similarities on why? Good and bad about it happening? Should you invest or not when it's just been a gap, when there's just been a gap? But I have no idea what I want to know. Well, that makes it easier for me. But today's video makes me curious about it. Looks like a lot is happening everywhere, and I don't understand shit. It looks crazy. Spooky too, huh? I like watching your videos, so I would prefer a video about it. So I summarized it, and I thought I could get into these 4 different sections, A, B, C, D. First off, why do they happen? We're talking about gaps here and gapping. So what happens is, as you can see, for example, here, there is a difference between, simply put here, what people want to pay for the pair and what orders are being filled for what people actually want to sell it for. So there's a gapping in here because these orders that would have sold it further down were simply not filled. There wasn't the liquidity for it because of either a backlog coming off from the weekend or a heavy news movement, which makes there'll be such an imbalance of, for example, here, sell orders and buy orders, that buy orders are not getting filled, which means you get gapped. So to summarize it very, very quickly, buy and sell orders are not getting filled due to the huge imbalance between buys and sells. It's very easy. That's why it happens. Just think of it as very strong momentum that no one can buy off. Here as well. Or was that the same pair? Let's see. There was gapping all week this week, by the way. Here, this one isn't as pronounced, but there was some kind of gapping here. It might have been. Let me find a more pronounced one. There we go. That's a pronounced one. You can see there's a gap here. Simply is people trying to sell off and you don't have people buying. So there is a room where you don't get filled because of the strong movement. Imbalance of buying and sell orders. It's shifted too much in either direction, right? Now, let's get to the next part. Are there any similarities on why? Yes. Let me find the strongest pair. Here, we had some gapping as well. The reason there's similarities between all of them is because the reason it happens is the same for all of them. But the more liquidity there is in a pair, like the Euro USD, it's the most liquid pair we have. The most. It's gigantic. The more there is in it, the harder it is for it to gap. When you're moving into exotics, like this one, it becomes easier for it to gap, even though it didn't gap here. But exotics have less volume in them. So huge volume push can make it easier for a exotic to gap. But contrary to that, kind of, strangely enough, the majors actually, from my experience, when I'm thinking about it, they actually gap more than the minors, because that's where most of the main moves are going down. Let me close this. Let me see if any other bullshit is open. Okay, so moving on to the next part. Good and bad about it happening. Yeah. So we'll start with the good part. The good part is that we're in a strong BO market. If you watched yesterday's monthly recap, you'll see what I think about BO market. So I won't go into that now, but it's an indicator of a strong BO market, strong movements. We're going to see new ranges. There's a lot of volatility going on, and we feed off volatility. Bad about it. The bad parts are that when the BO market becomes too strong, there's too much fuel in it. It's fucking like gapping out of SR and shit. It becomes difficult to find setups. But is that even bad? Is it bad to not find setups for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a whole month? No. So, I mean, unless you really like trading and you enjoy it and you really enjoy finding setups, that can be kind of frustrating. But in a financial sense, no, that's healthy. That's practicing discipline, not forcing setups. If they don't exist, they don't exist. Simple as. It's not bad. It's just the way it is. It's like you enter a very nice, perfect trade and you lose that trade. You take a full loss. Is that bad? Did you do something wrong? No. That's good. You made a good trade. Good job. Just mathematics, statistics, led you to lose. It happens. Win rate is some 82.34%. Depends a little bit if we're talking CRs or BOs. But regardless, let's just say 80%. So you're going to lose 20% of the time, which is all the time. If you're trading all the year round, you're going to enter perfectly good trades and lose. And in the same, if we flip the coin over and reference that back into it being bad not finding setups, the same goes for it. We are bound to have periods where you don't find setups. Is that bad? No. It's just a part of the market cycle. All right, let's get to the next part. Should you invest or not when there's been a gap? So that's completely dependent. I think you mean trading though, but no, generally you shouldn't. I stay away from it. I don't like when markets start gapping because from my experience, SR areas lose value more or less completely. Like when there's been a gap here and it's on the way up, you're not going to get an SR. You're probably not going to get a BO either. Nothing is going to trigger properly. And just because something crosses resistance here, that doesn't mean it's a valid BO. Keep that in mind. So from my experience, gapping annihilates SR areas. So stay away from trading with it. If you are watching this and looking for a nice CR, the gapping is going to blow it up. Here we have some gapping. Same for here. You were looking for some kind of BO. It's not valid. This is garbage. You would have been stopped out. Yeah. And it doesn't even matter if you get stopped out or not. You can win shit trades, but when there's gapping like this, SR areas get annihilated. They lose value completely. So no. When there's a lot of gapping going on, except for specific situations where there's very nice movement, nah, bro. Don't trade that shit. Stay away from it. Let's see if there's anything else. Does anyone have any other questions? And he said, maybe. So no. There are no other questions, and that's all I've got for now. I usually don't do the questionnaire if there's just one question, but I feel like it was quite an important one as it is a topic we've never really gotten into before. So I decided to answer it regardless. And with that said, I'm going to end it on that note. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope this was helpful. If you got any more questions, feel free to hop in the Discord. It'll be linked in the description. Bye-bye. See you.